Back at the backyard, the golf course is covered in snow here. This is a mid-winter update. It has been a cold winter, the coldest in a decade. I am hoping that my turf is still healthy underneath all of this snow and ice. This place has been under snow for about 70 days now, so I put that fungicide application on the 2 golf greens before the snowfall. That application, it's good for about 120, 130 days, so I think we'll be fine here. We should start to see some melting here in maybe 40 or so days. Depends on the weather, but we're definitely past the halfway point. After I sprayed the greens in the fall, the one thing I forgot to do was pick up my golf pins. They are sitting out here under snow. I'm going to attempt to recover both of them. This might be easier said than done, but I think I left it on this hill here somewhere. I see a flag. Haven't seen grass in a while. Okay, that was the easy one. The problem with the other one is I had it beside the green, but the foxes that live up on that hill dragged it towards the tree line before we got snow. So that one's gonna be tougher to find. The smaller golf green, it's right here, and all these tracks are animal tracks. Deer, turkey, and foxes are all over this place. I don't like walking on the golf greens in the winter. I want to avoid them, but the animals, they really don't care. They just keep walking across this one. I think it was over here the last time I saw it. I found it, it's here, but the one thing I don't like is there is a lot of ice down here. Oh my gosh, so much ice. Oh. Come on, can't get the flag. Oh. I'm going to end up cutting that flag with the shovel, so I'm actually just going to leave it there. Not worth it. I know where it is at least now. Might have to wait till spring. One weird thing, you can see over here, this is my clipping pile. When I cut the golf greens, I dump them here, and the deer and the turkeys are eating my bent grass clippings. Did not expect that to happen, but they've definitely got a buffet there. All winter they come over, dig it up, and I guess eat it. So that flag covered in ice on the grass over there, that's a really good example on why it is difficult to sometimes get through winter here with these Bentgrass Golf Greens way up north. We talk about snow and snow mold, but it's not always the snow. That ice layer that is usually down on top of the bent grass, that acts as a barrier, and that will block off oxygen from above. It can't get down to the plant, and it can also trap gases. If you have some organic breakdown going on in the soil, it can trap gases. That bent grass, it stays wet, frozen, damp all year. It doesn't like to be wet and damp all the time, so that is the worry. We'll find out here more when I get these things cleaned off. Speaking of snow mold, I have 100% Kentucky Bluegrass on the front lawn here. It's a few years old, and every spring when the snow melts, I have some snow mold damage. I don't spray anything on the lawn because Kentucky Bluegrass, that is the key. It is a tough plant. It can actually fight and grow through that snow mold damage where the more delicate bent grass greens cannot. So I brought my camera out last spring to show you what snow mold damage looks like and how the Kentucky Bluegrass can fight through it. But for this video now, it has really turned to protecting the turf around here, protecting the greens from snow mold. That is my biggest problem, that snow mold. And earlier this year, I shot half a video and didn't finish it on the front yard, which is right over here. It is also snow covered. This is full Kentucky Bluegrass, 100%. In year 3, it's gone through 3 full seasons, so that is why I'm pretty comfortable with this growing in. I've lived through it. This lawn was my pride and joy for a couple years until I started that backyard golf course, and that has taken so much of my time. I've really just been out here. I think I fertilized this twice this year, and I was barely mowing it once a week with my reel mower. You really got to mow more often than that if you have a reel mower. So this was a bit of a struggle, and we came out of the snow talking about snow mold, tying it all in here. When the snow melted this past spring, I had a lot of blotches of snow mold all over this lawn. I don't spray anything on it. I mean, I don't have the budget. I don't like spraying chemical, number one. And this bluegrass, I've learned, is really tough. It'll kick back out of that snow mold where the snow mold will really kill off that bent grass. It's a lot more delicate lawn on those golf greens than it is here. This place, it looked pretty rough when that snow melted this past spring. I had these circular patterns of dead grass everywhere, and what I find works well is using a firm rake to open up the plant and the soil. This rake is called the Greenskeeper 2, and you can find them online. It has extremely stiff tines and it rips out the thatch, and that exposes the soil to the sunlight and the air, which in turn helps the lawn recover quicker. And after a quick raking, the lawn immediately looks better and cleaner. Plus you get a great thatch removal. Look at all that material that came out. So when we fast forward to today, you can see how this lawn has come back totally fine. The first time that happened 3 years ago in the spring, I kind of freaked out. There was a whole bunch of circles all over this place. I thought I lost the lawn. I thought I was gonna have to reseed, start over again, but this bluegrass is so tough. That is one of the main reasons why I've used it in the backyard. So that will be the question. When this snow disappears here, will we have any damage? The Kentucky bluegrass, like you just saw, it can kick back. It can bounce back, but those bentgrass greens, those are the priority here to get through nice and clean in the winter. I really don't want to have any damage on those. I'm actually walking on the water hazard here. This is the pond. It had eaten a lot of golf balls this summer playing here, but the nice thing in the winter is you can actually skate on it. We shoveled this off. Kids were playing hockey. It is a nice feature when you can have that pond in the summer, and if you're far enough up north, you can get a lot of ice on here and still skate on it. So this is midwinter here at the golf course. The days are getting longer though. It is nice to see that sun a little bit higher in the air, light longer in the day. I've got some things to do here before this completely thaws out. I want to cut some trees. We put those new tee boxes in this summer. I definitely left some trees up that I just didn't want to deal with in the summer, so I want to clear some trees out of here, open up some tee shots. It's really nice to do that in the winter because you can bring heavier equipment out and you don't destroy the turf because it's frozen. I also want to kind of build this into a golf course. I really think I can get 18 individual tee shots here. I've been talking about it last year. Now is the time in the spring here. I want to go through with a pen and paper, draw out exactly the routing that I want, but I'm pretty sure we can get 18 unique holes here shooting at these 2 golf greens, which is going to be pretty cool. And I got to get that flag off the ground. Speaking of flags, I think I've got a name for this golf course. I've never really named it. I kicked that along. We talked about it a little bit, but it got a pretty cool looking logo, pretty cool looking name, I think. So I'll probably be unveiling that here in the spring. It is early February right now. This is pretty live for you seeing the video. I've been kind of dropping uploads throughout the winter slowly because it is a long off season here, but I'm totally caught up. This video will be up in a couple days. And next step here is really to get these golf greens cleaned up, but we have to wait a few more weeks, probably 6 weeks. It was March 9th last year that we brought the tractor and the snowblower out and we cleared off all the snow off of both golf greens, and that works really well because the sun in March is pretty warm here, and if you get down to that ice layer that we had about that much ice on these golf greens. That warm sun in a day or two melted it off. We were down to the bent grass exposed. No damage last year. It was so good coming out of the winter. So that is the hope this year. It's been a tough, long winter. We're going to get a lot more snow. Like that is still 5 or so weeks away before we get the snowblower out here. So more snow coming for sure. But that'll probably be the next video. Thanks for watching this one. I'm going to hope that we can get through winter here with some nice, clean golf greens.